It's episode 56, New Season Sports. My name is still Adija Adeboale, still the best show in the whole of the universe. I got a gang with me. Olale is there. She is there. Olaika is there as well. Welcome back to the Manchester United fans that ran away after their 5-0 loss and their 4-2 loss. Now welcome back to our miss. And of course, we're missing Kachi for now. It's going to be bad because Milan is winning. Running concurrently on a band radio scope on our YouTube channel, News Institute Sport. Guys, you want to introduce yourself? Olaika, let's go first with you.
Hi, fans. Will I even be back soon in order to take the Brooklyn to another level? Welcome to the best show in the whole wide world. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it.
All right, perfect. Shay.
Hello, sport fans around the world. It's good to be back. And what a fantastic result from Man United over the weekend. Also looking forward to Caleb Plant and Canelo unification bouts next week. Welcome to the show.
All right, perfect. Lali.
Yeah, good day, sporting fans around the world. Welcome to our show once again. It's been an interesting weekend so far. Beyond the United win, I think the win is going to create a lot of problems for Laguna Soldier going forward. We'll get into that when we discuss about United. Welcome to the show once again.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, guys, for staying tuned with us and listening to us. I'll give you the best of analysis as best as we can. You can see I have Paulo Dybala behind me. Juventus is a lot of trouble, but we'll start, of course, with the best of the best, which is going to be starting with it from the NBA. Olale, I'm going to start with you. At the start of the season, we were looking at guys that would actually eat up the NBA. But of course, we are guilty. Nobody talk about Ja Morant. We're more engrossed with Kyrie Irving's insanity, Ben Simmons' childish stubbornness. We're looking more towards those kind of things than the real guy, the real deal. Of course, we know Steph is like the best player right now in the NBA, so we're not going to talk too much about him. But who will have thoughts, Olali? Olali?
Yes, I'm listening to you. I can hear you.
I said, who will have thoughts? Who will have thoughts? Ja Morant.
Yes, Ja Morant, I think, is into his third season in the NBA. I think second overall pick. Behind Zion Williamson. I think nobody should be surprised. Third year for him showing this kind of talent. He's actually doing his college days. We all know a lot of people actually compared him with the great Allen Iverson.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Not because of the hairstyle.
Probably with a more perimeter shooting. I'm not surprised. He's that kind of guy, somebody you can build your franchise around. He has that kind of personality, fearless kind of guy. And I'm not really surprised about their performance. I just think they could even do better by the time they get I think they have two of their young guys who are still injured. I'm not surprised about this. Though it's still I think it's shooting close to probably 40-something% from threes.
Right now, it's the second on the offensive board. Closing
I expect that. I expect that to still go down to probably the the percentage to probably to go down as the season goes on.
Of course,
but of course, I'm not surprised about what we've seen from him this season.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Olayinka, Wale is not surprised. I am surprised. I understand the kind of talent he has, right? But this sudden burst, it's really, really incredible and commendable. Olayinka.
Oh, yes, Debo. I mean, I totally agree with Wale that it should be too surprising. Jamel Morant, I mean, he was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2019. And in 2020, he won the NBA Rookie of the Year. That is no small feat. Again, you need to look at his background. His parents, they have a basketball background. His mom was a point guard as well, I think in high school. while his father also played basketball to a certain extent. And he showed his ability to play basketball even when he was in college. He was the first player in the NCAA to average 20 plus points and 10 plus assists per game in a single season. So there's a lot expected of him. He has it. He has the assets. He's a point guard that nobody wants to joke with. And I'm sure that if he stays healthy, if he stays healthy and is used in a very, very prudent manner by his coach, although I believe that it's going to last long. I see him lasting a long time.
Yeah. It's short, so we should not be thinking about injuries. Honestly, it's short, it's young, compared to other. Yeah, and like Olale said, every time I see the guy, it just reminds me of Allen Iverson. And just for everybody that cares to listen, I actually love the NBA because of Allen Iverson, not because of Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna come here and lie to you guys. Not because of Jordan, not because of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, not because of Magic Johnson. It was actually
not because of
Magic Johnson. Yeah, not because of Olajuwon. I love the NBA because of Allen Iverson. I like the fact that it's short. He's not the regular guy, and the skills and all. Okay, so far in the NBA right now, like I'm staying with you. So far in the NBA right now, we know it's still early days, right? But we are seeing some craft, or should I say some early movement from the guys, and I'll break it down. I said it's in the production call. Like we if the Brooklyn Nets does not get Kyrie, they're not going to win the championship. LA Lakers are really, really struggling. I don't know. I don't care what Olawale is going to say about that, but they are really, really struggling. And if they don't get their act together, AD cannot seem to be fit. He cannot stay fit. So it's more or less like a minus one for them. Whoever is trying to get that done for AD is even -0. Of course, the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard does not look so much like it. Of course, we'll talk about the Milwaukee Bucks and the defending champion on the tide, but teams like the Chicago Bulls, the resurgence of the Golden State Warriors, and I'm saying it not 100%, but I feel if Klay Thompson comes back and is fit, or he plays 70% of his ability that we know him of, we could see something very interesting on the Western Conference going into the season. Olayinka, I don't know if I'm right.
I honestly, the truth of the matter is that everybody, they always focus on getting better every year in, year out. They always want to do better than last season. Milwaukee Bucks, I think right now they're still drunk. They're still drunk with the euphoria of having won the title. They probably have not woken yet because they played 3 games, they lost all 3. So I don't see them. I see them waking up later anyway. I see them waking up and getting better as the season progresses. For Lakers, I told you my intention a couple of weeks ago. I said it's a group of old people that will find it difficult to sustain the tempo expected of past winners. Because you have a lot of you have a lot of teams with young players, dynamic players that are desirous of also winning a ring. And moving on to that takes me to the Nets. You're right about the Nets. Without Irving is an integral part of that team. I mean, obviously we know that the team is built around KD. Kevin Durant. But Irving is a key player of that team. He's like I don't like calling him a sidekick, but he's someone that when KD is out of the game, he's someone you can rely on to make things happen, to take the pressure and make things happen. And ultimately, that pushes me to the fact that 2 key teams that you mentioned, I believe that they're going to do very well. The Bulls, we spoke about them in our pre-production chat, and they're a bunch of young boys. They are young, hungry. And I mean, dynamic players. They're dynamic and they are cultured. I saw their game and they played a cultured game, even when they were well ahead, and they did not lessen their pressure of wanting to win that game. They're going to go fight this season. And finally, the Warriors. Honestly, a lot. I will always give kudos to Curry. Curry is probably the Messi of basketball. There's a lot of pressure on him season in, season out,
and
he never fails.
Exactly.
He never fails.
Optimally.
The last game, he scored 20 points. I mean, that's someone who carries the team, man. And guess what? He's infecting the likes of Green, Draymond Green. And by the time Clay Thompson comes back, he'll probably be an awesome trial again. And I see them going far as well.
All right.
So get ready to watch an exciting season.
All right. Perfect. Olali, I'm going to ask you this question. Where do you think Clay Thompson, Steph Curry is going to end at the end of his career? He has redefined how NBA is being played. And it's not something we could put on the side like it's normal. It's not a norm. What Steph have done in the NBA is not a norm by any standard. Well, where do you think he's going to end at the end of the day? Like, where will you place him? Honestly.
Well, as of today, in terms of the point guard position, you might place him behind. Some of these things are maybe subjective, but it's an all-time great. It's a Hall of Famer. As a point guard, probably you place him as probably the third best of all time or second best, depending on you hike how and where you are looking at it from. Most people think Magic Johnson is untouchable as the probably best point guard the NBA has ever seen. Yeah, and there is, what do you call it? For some, you have to look at what's the name of this Detroit Pistons legend? Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
As probably yeah. So there are a couple of there is Steve Nash. There is probably Steph might go down to be the second or third greatest point guard the NBA has ever seen. Depend on his status as overall the overall ranking depends on if with him and Klay Thompson and the supporting cast, if they could win probably one more title, that revalidates whatever title they won with Kevin Durant. Because as good as they were, I think without Kevin Durant, probably one of those two titles they might not have won one of those two titles they won in 2017 and 2018. Kevin Durant made them unbeatable. If that Golden State Warriors were fit, no injury issue, even with the reconstruction of the NBA today, if they were still together, they will have won 2019, they will have won 2020, they will have won 2021. Can beat them, those three. Because number one, they play a very selfless type of basketball that they move the ball around. And Kevin Durant is a unique set of superstar that he can fit into any system because he doesn't dominate the ball. So a title without Kevin Durant will probably elevate Steph. To be sincere, because Steph is actually underrated. It's actually underrated.
I know that's what
if you go back to 2015, if you go back to 2015, if you go back to 2015 when they won their first title, despite winning the league MVP, when the players, his colleagues, were to choose their own MVP, they went for James Harden. That's to show you how he's being viewed among his colleagues. Until this last season, when most people believe that Steph on his own cannot carry it. Until that last season, when Clay was not there, Draymond Green is not the usual Draymond Green that we knew before. And he was able to elevate that team to the 8th position. And I think he won the scoring title last year. So I think a lot of perception
was dropping like his heart last season as well.
A lot of perception changed about him. So for me, I think probably you might, depending on how you want to John Stockholm is there, depending on how you want to arrange those point guard. But it's going to go down as probably the top 3 point guard of all time.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Olali. Kachi, where do you think Steph is going to end up at the end of the day? Like in the Hall of Fame, basically. Welcome back, Kachi.
Thanks, guys.
I can
Thanks
see the Ibrahimovic background because you guys are winning now. We'll not hear what.
No. I've always been faithful to Milan, but we'll leave that to football. As regarding Steph is definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I remember last week I said chances are that the rate at which he's getting the scoring title, he may even surpass Karim Abdul-Jabbar and get the most points ever. When we want to drill it down to the specific position that he plays, which is the point guard position, I think I echo Olawale's sentiment that you have to stop and look at what Isaiah Thomas was able to achieve in an era where point guards didn't get these calls that current point guards get. I'm talking the foul calls and the like. A very physical era. The bad boy Pistons, they won back-to-back titles. When Michael Jordan was dominating, you should also not take too much away from John Stockton in Utah, even though they did not too, but he was a fantastic person. So I think Steph would be top 5, maybe not top 3, but definitely top 5. But I can assure you that if he plays for another, or if he gets the kind of career LeBron has, he definitely will get the scoring title. He makes shooting too easy. Let me tell you how bad Steph Curry is now. With kids in 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, trying those half-court shots. Steph made it so cool to do. There's what they call logo shot right now. Because of Steph Curry, there's argument that maybe there should be a 4-point line. And that's and that tells you how much he has impacted the game. That tells you how great a point guard he is.
All right, Kachi, thank you very much. But of course, I would disagree with you as usual. For me, Steph will define the game. I don't care about, honestly, I don't know who Thomas is. I don't care. But for me, Steph is number 1. And of course, KD has been fined $25,000 for throwing ball into the stands. That's Kevin Durant, of course. And of course, Trae Young too was fined because of a contact with the referee. Sheyi, I'm going to come with you. No hiding place for you. Canelo versus Plant. We've been looking forward to it. We've done a preview of it. Now it's going to be later this week, God willing, when Canelo is going to defeat Plant. How do you name yourself Plant? So Canelo is going to unplug the plants this weekend. Shay, you want to give us a little bit of insight into that?
Okay, thank you, Debo. Okay, like you said, I think all boxing fans will be expecting Canelo Alvarez to to probably uproot the plant in front of him. That is probably in front of him, in front of his ambition to become the first undisputed champion in the super middleweight division. And if you look at this bout, definitely everybody that is rooting for Canelo can say I think that's the easiest boxer in the division to support at the moment. If you look backwards to his record, to his power, when we're talking of the left hook of Canelo Alvarez, you don't want to be in the middle of that.
You don't want to be at the receiving end.
Yeah, definitely. But basically, if you look at his record over the years, if you look at the people he has fought over the years, we're talking of the likes of Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Triple G. He had a 2-fight with Triple G, which was a fantastic round of a series. So talking about even out with the undefeated champion Mayweather. You can see that this man comes with a lot of experience. We are talking of someone that has been in the ring for, I think, up to 58 times. If you compare that to Caleb Plant, that has a record of just 21 bouts, you can say Canelo is in to kill. More experience and probably in to knock out this man, especially what happened in the conference of the
pre-match conference,
exactly, the conference, the argument they had about somebody talking about one other person's mother. I think we're in for a fantastic bout, and we're up for it. We'll enjoy it, and I'm sure the world will enjoy fantastic boxing that night.
All right, perfect. And of course, just to circle back to the NBA, right now on the offensive board, we have Steph leading currently, closely followed by Ja Morant, and of course, KD, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo closely following on the fourth. And on the assist board, we have Chris Paul doing it at his old age, Trae Young, of course, DeJounte Murray, and Russ Westbrook. We'll go on a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll be jumping straight to football, where we have loads of actions, Arsenal surprising us, and of course, United coming back from the dead. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, so jumping straight into football right now, where we had a surprise. And okay, for me, it's a surprise. I don't know for anyone else if it's a surprise or not. For me, it was a surprise. When I was choosing my FPL team, I ensure I had Jimmy Vardy, because I was so sure that Jimmy Vardy was going to break the record of being the highest goal scorer against Arsenal, beating the record of Drogba and Wayne Rooney. But of course, that did not happen. I was so sure that they were going to concede that I did not use any of Arsenal defenders, and I dropped a Smith Rowe from my team simply because I feel Arsenal were going to draw. But of course, it was a shake-up. The man of the match is the much manied, or should I say the rejected boy when he was coming. Now he has been accepted by all. And Ramsdale pulled a wonderful save off Madison's free kick. I'm going to start with you, Shay. I'm going to stay on you. I know you're a Jimmy Vardy lover, so I'm pretty sure you were keen on that match as well. How surprised were you that Arsenal were able to go unscheduled on the day? I don't want to blow their trumpet, but it looks like they're shaping up from the woeful start. Last 7 games, 5 victories and 2 draws.
Basically, I think Arsenal is the form team of the moment when it comes to the Premier League. And I'm actually not so surprised, because I predicted this when they started picking up points. I said only get better for the Arsenal team. Back some of their key players, being able to play Aubameyang and the French man experienced Lacazette together in front is actually what I've always been thinking about the Arsenal attack in terms of experience, a little bit of pace, but of course, when you talk about the quality. And I think the defense also came up tops on that particular day. You can see a defender getting the first goal for them. It's been a long time you see Arsenal team scoring from corner kicks and dead balls. Yeah. So that's one thumbs up from that angle for them. Also, we cannot really push away the fantastic heroics of Ramsdale on the night, which I think is actually the difference between the two teams. But in all, I think Arsenal had a very good game. Thomas Partey came to the party that day. And all around, I think it was a nice game for Arsenal. They can only get better with the crop of players they have at the moment.
All right, perfect. We just have to pray that Partey keeps fit. We know he's a wonderful footballer, but keeping fit is the problem. Kachi, I'm going to come to you right now. Was that supposed to be a red card for Johnny Evans?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Was that supposed to be a red card for Johnny Evans? Absolutely.
His first yellow was was very clumsy. As a matter of fact, it was goal bound, and sometimes you really want arguments to be there. Oh, what does it have to be a red? Does it have to be a yellow? I'm looking at it from a neutral. And as soon as I saw the foul and I saw the first replay, what I said was, this has to be a red card. I don't think that impacted the game per se, because Leicester still held their own in spite of that red card. If you remember in our group social media chat, I said the second half has shaped up to become Leicester versus Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah.
But one thing I must say, red card or not,
but it was not giving the red card. It wasn't giving the red card.
It is a red card.
Yeah, but they did not give him the red card, so he stayed for the end of the match.
So red card or not, that's all I'm saying. Red card or not, what I want to point out was Arsenal of the past would have lost a game such as that. So you have to give kudos to the shift in their mentality. We've seen Arsenal lose games where they run to a 2-goal lead, and then they lose 3-2, 4-2. So big kudos to them. We've been giving them a lot of grief.
Stakes, yeah.
I think they deserve the plaudits right now.
All right, perfect. Not just 2 goals. Just to correct you, wasn't not just 2 goals. I've seen a match 4-0 against Newcastle, and Chik Tiote broke my heart. I think that was 2010 or 2011. I can't remember. Perfect. I know Olawale keeps date. Olawale will probably remember, anyways. But what did you say?
I said, you asked which particular date is that?
Arsenal versus Newcastle, the 4-4 that Chik Tiote scored the fourth goal to
that was 2012. I guess much.
Okay. Padre was still
2011, 2012.
Yeah, Padre was still the coach then. Of course.
I think so. It was around February.
Yeah. I'll come to you now, Olainka. Brentford came, they started doing like the beast of no gender in the Premier League. But now they are being gradually looks like people are putting them back in their space. Burnley did a 3-1 victory over them. Ran to a 3-0 race, 3 first half goals against Brentford. Are we seeing them back to their place, or this is just a blip? I hope it's not, anyways.
Well, for me, I think it's a blip for me. It's just a temporary setback. I've watched Brentford ever since they got into the Premiership, and they showed a consistency that gladdens my heart. However, I guess one of the key reasons why they were not as formidable or organized as usual was the fact that they were missing Mbono, the strike partner of Ivan Toney. Yes, they formed a partnership that is scary to me. And I mean, anytime I see them on the field, especially in that match against my dear Liverpool, I just see goals in them. Even on days that they don't score, I see them creating chances, the two of them. And unfortunately, it didn't work out well for them against the Burnley side.
Burnley side.
Burnley is a side that, you know, they're like Brighton. They are difficult. They make life difficult for people. Yeah. They just make life difficult for the other team. They don't have outstanding players. But what the 11 players have is that unity that, look, we're going to go into this match. We're going to die on the field, or we will die there, as Nigerians will say. And they in the last match against Brentford, they did that. They were up by 3 goals within God knows how many minutes. And before Brentford realized it was too late to come back. Yeah. However, I know we're going to see more of Brentford. They might not make top 4, but they're going to do well.
No, not definitely top 4. They probably finish 12 or 13.
Can I add something to that, please?
Definitely.
Brentford, the way they are set up, Brentford is set up to play very good and very well against teams that play really good football. Very positive football. Because they want to be the physical side against you. But when they met another team that was even more direct and more physical than them. And we will see throughout the course of this season. You will see them lose games you expect them to win simply because those teams are more direct. Burnley has no style of play except the end goal. We are going to find a way to score. Brentford has a clear-cut way they want to play.
Kachi, I have your phone number. I'm going to give it. Kachi, I have your phone number. I'm giving it to Sean Dyche. You're going to get a for Sean Dyche. So for what you just said now.
No style of play. He does not. Sean Dyche is like what's this man that was
Sam Allardyce.
Sam Allardyce. Thank you very much. Sean Dyche is Sam Allardyce. It's basically I will outwork you, I will outmuscle you, and I will get goals from set pieces. They are all their goals are what we call in Nigeria Ogiri Bamila. They don't have a clear way of playing, but they will outmuscle you, and that was what they Brentford did.
All right.
But Kachi, outmuscling is a style of play on its own.
Olari, I'm coming for you now. Brighton and Hove versus Liverpool at the Anfield. For the neutrals, we felt right now Salah is unplayable, and it's going to be a straight victory for Liverpool. But Brighton and Hove, we know they have a style of play, which is very, very solid, if you ask me. I stand to be corrected. Very attacking side. And like I said, if they had just one good striker, not world class, just one good striker, their results will get better. Your overall thought on the game against Liverpool?
Yeah, I think it was a disappointing draw from Liverpool point of view, considering the fact that they raced to a 2-0 lead before conceding those 2 goals. From my own end, I think it was more of a poor game management on the part of Liverpool. Considering the fact that when the game started, I think they saw the writing on the wall. Brighton had some couple of chances, even when the game was 0-0. At 2-0, when Brighton got that one, it wasn't like they were not like satisfied with that one. They actually want more. The first half ended like that. At the beginning of the second half, Liverpool probably were unlucky that Salah goal was allowed. It was actually an offside goal. Yeah, but if that has actually counted, it's going to be a different ball game. But after that, even before the equalizer, you could see the way these guys were pressing.
Yeah. The way the guys were pressing, I think Olawale froze for just 1 second. I'm not going to ask you, Olainka. I know you're going to be sentimental about it. So I'm going to come to you, Sheyi. Overall, a deserved 2-2 draw for Brighton and Hove. Sheyi.
Definitely a deserved 2-2 draw. We're discussing earlier before the recording about the type of system that Graham Potter plays. I think it has really shown that that's a problem for teams, actually top teams that like to also play the football. Because what happens is that they also want to outplay you. So they derive you of having your own time on the ball. We were discussing what they did to Man City just last week. They really were closing down all the midfielders, stopping them from having the time on the ball and also the space on the ball. So, and that is the way they play. They did the same thing against Liverpool. They created chances. They took their chances. I think they had a third goal also disallowed.
They did.
Offside. Yeah. It was a fantastic game of football. Everybody wanted to score. Both teams. Liverpool also had another goal disallowed through Mane. It was an all-round fantastic goal, and I think they took perfect result for both teams.
All right, perfect. I know Olainka is still going to agree when you say perfect result, but
honestly, when you look at the statistics,
Olainka, I want to come to you now. I don't want to talk about Liverpool with you. I can see you. Last week you were too happy to come to the show because you won 5-0, but this week you want to rant, and I'm not going to give you that joy today. And of course, Man City versus Crystal Palace. Vieira
man.
learned, Vieira learned from Pep Guardiola. I think if I'm Pep Guardiola, I'll close my book away from Vieira these days. So he's not going to copy from my book of play, of course. And it was a crazy one because nobody thought it was going to happen. Anyways, at the Etihad, for that matter, high flying Man City. Where did you think Man City got it wrong? And don't tell me the red card because they have too much money to be complaining about red card. Too many quality players.
Honestly, Debo, nobody saw it coming. Everybody was waiting for a white foot wash. Everybody was thinking, okay, how many goals is KDB going to score? Mahrez, how many is going to put in? Exactly. Nobody. To me, that is the result of the season. No matter the outcome of the remaining matches of the season, it is the result of the season. At the Etihad, Crystal Palace took a shock lead in the 5th minute. I think it was off a mistake from one of the midfielders. Before you knew it, Zaha had the ball, and before you knew it, he put it at the back of the net. Fine, a shock goal. It was expected that, okay, as time would go on, we'll get back to seeing the City that we know, probably pumping 2 or 3 goals before the break, and in second half, they'll kill off the match completely with another 2 goals. Unfortunately, that incident in the 45th minute, I think it was even 47th minute, where Laporte dragged down Zaha. And that same incident was similar to the one of Johnny Evans.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people have been saying. Why is there so much inconsistency? Anyway, Laporte got the red card, and to me, that changed the match. No, you see, at times, when you're playing, when we're playing against a fine team, what do I mean by fine team? A team that has various defined patterns. Chances are that if you're even one man down, all you have to do is just sit back, go on the counter. But City could not do that against a Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has been blowing hot and cold this season, as usual. However, it was expected that, okay, they'll be able to sustain their back line and probably catch Palace on the counter. That didn't happen. And, before you know it, Palace, they have 2 young players that I'm getting to like every day. Gallagher, the guy on loan from Chelsea. Yeah. And there's this young left-footed player. He plays from I can't remember his name. Those people are, sorry?
Olise,
thank you. Those people are beginning to change the kind of soccer that Crystal Palace is known for, which is throw the ball up. Those people are, they have a lot of ball sense. They're very technically and tactically gifted. And I'm sure we're going to see more of those two as the season goes on. And before you know it, Gallagher killed off the game with a second goal in late into the match. And the rest is history. City will live to fight another.
So adieu to Manchester City. Olale, I'm going to come to you now. I'm going to give you okay, Wale was there last weekend when they were defeated 5-0. So I'm going to give him the chance and glory. Spurs versus Manchester United. I heard Roy Keane say it's just Spurs. Where else beat them? Spurs. Olale. Okay. Olale is frozen for 1 sec there. So Shea, I'm gonna come to you. It's just Spurs. We're gonna beat them. He had a 3-0. Ronaldo getting back on the goal score charts. Good one for Manchester United.
Yeah, I think it was a fantastic day for Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in particular, because after the surprising loss to Liverpool at Old Trafford last week.
It wasn't surprising. Embarrassing loss.
I think the 5-0 is surprising.
Even just embarrassing is a better word.
Embarrassing is the best word.
There is nothing. That surprise a bit. You are making it look like
something. You had chance or something. It was an embarrassing loss.
It was an embarrassing loss.
Disgraceful.
Which one is a surprising loss?
Oh, goodness. What you got such a anyway. Let's just maybe say a little bit of kudos to him. But my issue with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually is that he decided to change the system. before this particular weekend, he has conceded in 19 of his 20 games and decided to change the system right now and add a different result. My question is, what actually happened over the last 20 matches? He has never thought about changing the system. He has seen this particular defense. We talked about this like 2 weeks ago, that we are not even sure if they have a defensive coach. That was a question we were asking 2 weeks ago. So for me, I think it's still, there's still something wrong with the coaching team. Good one for them, good results. Like Roy Keane said, it's Spurs. They can always beat Spurs. But I still think there is a lot of questions to be thrown at that coaching setup. Okay. Yes, they have one of the best players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. I can say the front three on the day were highly quality players. Even though you can say there is no speed in that attack, but look at what they did at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
But the point is, it focused on the defense more. I would like to also say kudos to McTominay, because what he did on the day, it was really surprising. He played better as a box-to-box midfielder on that day. And I think it was actually the key to the success on that particular day. I know Olawale is itching to say one or two things. I'll just keep it this way.
Olawale, my question to you is, the focus is on United and how United were able to come back from the embarrassing loss they had against Liverpool. Most teams will not be able to come back from that. They probably play a draw, even lose, because of low confidence. But of course, when you have Cristiano Ronaldo, things are different when you have Ronaldo. But my question to you right now is, we saw Nuno at the start of the season ran to a very good strings of results. Maybe not performances, but strings of results. Harry Kane, since he came back into the team, the team seems to look imbalanced. How long do you think this can go on for before Nuno is shown the exit door? And just to put it out there, Nuno is not a bad coach, but what exactly is happening in sports?
Well, that's football. Like people would say, it's a hiring and firing job. For the fact that it didn't work for you in a team doesn't make you completely a bad coach. David Moyes is a testament. He was highly successful at Everton, at least as per expectation at the blue side of Merseyside. Yeah. He came to United, it was a different ball game, a lot of factors. His own incompetence is part of it also. He struggled afterward, Sociedad, Sunderland, West Ham, he left the job, but see what came, probably with better quality. So for Nuno, going back to Spurs, I think it's highly disappointing. Looking at what he did at Wolves, probably the expectation was a bit better, that he could have done a bit more better than what he's currently doing at Spurs. But again, let us look at it. I think, again, we have to look at expectation. What is the current position of Spurs on the league table?
Currently?
Yeah, I think they should be around
eighth position with 15
okay, points. Let's assume Wolves is on 8th position. I don't think anybody will complain. Probably the guy has not done worse than what he's been doing. Probably because expectation in Wolves is quite different from expectation at Spurs. But like rightly pointed out, Harry Kane's body language doesn't look good. The team actually is not playing well. They seem to lack identity, and that is why I'm a bit cautious about trying to overpraise this United squad for the result that was achieved, because Spurs offered little on the night, and when a team offered little, the United guys could actually sense it, like, wow, this team is not up there. And you have a Ronaldo and Cavani, probably two of the most deadliest finisher of their generation. Of course, you fancy your chance of winning. And that's why I've been very for Spurs. I think it would have been better for Nuno if Harry Kane has probably been sold to Man City, because
100%.
it could have been at least there could
You
have
know
been
you
an
don't
escape
have him.
like,
Yeah.
yes, you know you don't have him. I will have probably figure out another way of playing, that of having him, having Son, and with this kind of indifferent results up and down, and team not playing well. Like I said, it's not even about the result alone. It's about the way they are playing. They are playing like there is no direction. Like you hear the song by the sports fans. You don't know what you are doing. and exactly that actually summarized what do you call it, the whole thing about the Spurs team.
Yeah,
looking at the team, you just feel like, oh, you guy, are you sure you know what you are doing?
Yeah. I know. Sometimes be careful what you wish for, though. We signed that song for Serenga, and we suffer for it. Okay,
30 seconds.
Quickly.
30 seconds. Again, in addition to what Olawale has said, he's so spot on and exact. It's not about Man U playing very well. It was about Spurs. And it was a little bit stingy we was there. Spurs were poor in that match. They were very poor. And what it basically boils down to the strategy of Nuno. Spurs are known for 4-4-2. Harry Kane and Son topping. Son supporting Harry Kane regularly. But in this match, they played 4-2-3-1. And guess what? The two defensive midfielders, one was Oisberg, and the other one was Oliver Skip. That was where if he had retained someone like Musa Sissoko, who is strong. I'm not saying he's a very good player, but he's strong. He might have paired up with Oisberg as a second defensive midfield, and that would have stopped the balls coming into Cristiano Ronaldo and Cavani.
Cavani.
I mean,
another thing you have to point out is this: if you check Spurs during Pochettino days, they are one of the highest running team in the league. They press you high up the pitch. They unsettle you. We don't see that kind of. Probably Mourinho probably abandoned that when he took over. But kudos to Mourinho. Probably the season didn't end the way they wanted it. But you could at least you could see an identity of how they want to play. They give you a bit of that ball. They use the space far better than what we see. But for Nuno, it was just a team that is lacking identity. And before I leave, I just want to touch about that United victory a little bit more. For United now, like Sheyi said, that why does it take this guy time to, what do you call it, to switch to this formation? Of course, probably was getting results. It wasn't like the result was that bad until it was just that the performance have not been good. And let me actually try to let us know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, most especially against the bigger teams, he has actually been playing this 3 at the back formation. But going forward, a lot of questions he will need to answer. With the array of attacking talent he has in his team, the attacking midfielders and the strikers, there is Sancho, there is a Greenwood, Rashford. How do you fit it? Because with a 3-5-2 formation, you only have 2 slots for them to compete with. And I know Cavani might not start every game, but Ronaldo will start every game. You could see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trying to explain why he actually
withdrew
exactly. He had to do that explanation, like, yes, we are here, so that the real coach will not vex. So now there are only 2 slots. No, it's not assistant coach, it's the real coach. So you have only 2 slots now for like 5 or 6 players. What do you call it, to compete with? Because you actually start Bruno as a 10, unless probably you want to start a front 3 of it. So let's see how far. And that team doesn't have much of pace with that lineup, not much of pace. And again, I don't know whether you notice it. Wan-Bissaka has a lot of time on the ball on the right side, but the
production was very, 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 very bad from Wan-Bissaka. As usual, Olawale, we've lost your audio for 1 sec. We can't hear what you're saying. Okay, we've lost Olawale's audio for a sec. When he's back, it will consider. Olawale wants to say more. Leeds United won away to to the favorite for relegation, Norwich 2-1. West Ham defeated Aston Villa 4-1. Kachi, Newcastle versus Chelsea. We expected Chelsea to win anyway, so there's no much analysis about this one. But how well do you think Chelsea have coped with them missing out on Lukaku? They scored 7 last time out, 3 this one, 10 goals in the last 2 games, and they've lost their striker, Kachi.
Yes, we all expected Chelsea to win so much that you started Mason Mount in your fantasy. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
But yeah, I need to say this, and I would use the Tottenham game and the issue with Nuno also as a reference point. Sometimes, and you can also see that with Man U. Sometimes when you have a talisman or a talismanic number 9, it tends to limit your approach to games. It tends to limit how much you can tinker with formation, with tactics, because you know that all you need to do is get the ball to this, our proven striker.
Yeah.
We saw Giorgio Chiellini come out to say, oh, when they had Ronaldo, even though it was so good, it limited how they played. And we are seeing that with Man U now. 6 strikers, only 1 person, only 2 slots for the other guys. Ronaldo has taken 1. Yeah. What the absence of Lukaku has done for Thomas Tuchel is to expand his thinking box, and is allowing him play the false 9 role with Kai Havertz. Is allowing him to explore the wing back that Antonio Conte made very famous when he was in Chelsea. Yeah. Is allowing him explore options that he typically wouldn't have done if he had a Romelu Lukaku.
100%.
Why we are not saying he should ditch Lukaku, because the time will come when those defenders can't get you those goals anymore, and you have to rely on your options. But there is the luxury he has right now. The luxury is that all his players know how to score. He said during training, they don't train Reece James on how to shoot. That man shoots like a horse. You know, it's a luxury to have. But one thing the absence of Lukaku is doing is allowing him think outside the box. It's giving him more creative ways to explore the talent of his players. And Olawale was right. When Harry Kane was absent, there was a lot more graft. The players knew they had to work harder. They had to be more creative to get the goals, to get the win. Yeah. Now they're like, well, it's Harry Kane. He can come deep and look for the ball if he wants to. But if Harry Kane right now has the wrong body language, that's why they are saying it. So if you're asking me what the absence of Lukaku does, it means Tuchel can explore he can become a tinker man without being a general tinker man like Pep Guardiola.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Kachi. And from there, we'll move straight to the Spanish La Liga. Barcelona, they sacked their beloved legend, Ronald Koeman. We're going to miss him.
It's called the winning goal in their first ever Champions League.
Exactly.
But United should not sack only because he scored the winning goal in 1999. We have to be grateful for what he did in 1999. According to Gary Neville.
You have to wait for several years. 1992,
you have to be very grateful.
1992 minus 999.
That's like
you have to wait for several years
before we can sack him.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So they played a 1-1 draw against Alaves. Now, my question to you now, Olawale, I'm going to stay with Olawale, is do you think bringing Xavi, looks like Xavi has coached for the last time at Qatar. All things being equal, we don't know. There's no full indication to that, but it looks like he's going to be the next coach at Barcelona. Do you think Xavi will be able to solve this problem? I've seen his team play. They play the Barcelona way. So they will have a real identity.
Yeah. Well, you see, Debo, one thing in life is nothing is guaranteed.
100%.
We can just probably wish like, okay, Xavi will come in. Is going to allow them to play like this. The question is, will the fans be patient with Xavi if he can't win a title in his first 2 seasons? Because as much as you want to play the Barcelona way, you have to look at the quality. I'm not saying they don't have quality, but they seem to have a set of young players. Not the team still lacks presently. The team lacks probably a superstar in attack and probably in midfield. Yes, they have Gavi. They have some exciting young talent, Pedri, Gavi. I see some couple of young players, and unfortunately, they've not really I've not really seen the best of Frankie de Jong since he joined Barcelona. Let's see what he will be able to do. I think Ronald Koeman was under pressure to perform, and he just abandoned the basics, and was just looking for a way of getting the results, and it wasn't looking good. There was a match, Barcelona were keep pumping the crosses like they were balling
55 times.
And Piqué was playing like a center forward. You know that one, there will be a backlash to that. So let's see. Nothing is guaranteed, but like you said, yes, he might be able to play that kind of exciting football. But it is one thing to play exciting football. It's another thing for you to be able to convert that thing to results.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has to be the two. Exciting football without results.
There's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But the only difference is I think they will give him time. How much time can they give him is what I don't know. And how much probably money can they might not need billions, but they will still need a bit of injection into that squad. When you have young, exciting players, you need something to make it at least gel that, so that you can get that immediate result you are looking for. But all fingers crossed. Let's see what Mr. Xavi will be able to do.
All right, perfect. Olayinka, I'm going to come to you now. A surprising one. The Brazilian team list came out for the national team. No Vini Jr., but they have Coutinho back in the Brazilian squad. On the night, Real Madrid versus Elche, Vini Jr. scored a brace, 2-1 against Elche, his 9th goal in 13 games. Do you think Ancelotti has been able to work on magic on this lad, given that this same lad played about more than 48 games last season and managed to score about 6 goals?
Honestly, Ancelotti is no doubt about it, one of the best coaches ever to grace the world of soccer. I mean, he can turn a nobody to a somebody. At the same time, don't let's take anything away from the young man called Vinicius himself. He's a now working footballer. He might not be outstanding, but you know, when you're in a star-studded team like Real Madrid, where I stand to be corrected, although you can say that in the last couple of years, the number of stars, the level of stars has dwindled. However, when you're in a star-studded team like Real, you just have to be patient and take your opportunity when it comes. Vinicius, I can imagine his mindset when they bought Eden Hazard. It must have been like, I'm going to go down the picking order. But the young man, he refused to allow that to happen. Anytime he was introduced, he performed. There were days he won't perform. But I mean, I know against Liverpool, he likes performing. I don't know why. Anyway, on a more serious note, I think it must be a reason. When you look at the number of Brazilian stars, I think there's a structure in place whereby some set of players are invited for a series of matches, others are not. Because it baffles me when a Vini right now with his current form, when he's not invited, or what's his name? The
Coutinho has played 14 games, 0 assists,
it's shocking.
1 goal.
So I want to believe that structure it is what has been triggered. And Vinicius, in the absence of Benzema, he showed that he could also score goals. Although we don't see him as a natural striker, we see him more as a winger. But really, he's someone that has a knack for goals, and he has shown it not just at the not at his club level, but also at national team level.
All right, Sheyi, I'm gonna come to you now. Ancelotti came out, he said, never in his career has he ever begged a player to stay. And Eden Hazard is not even vying against Vinicius Jr. for a jersey. Now he's vying against Rodrigo or Rodri or whatever. Rodrigo. Yeah, that's his name. He's vying against Rodrigo for jersey right now. He can't even get into the team right now. Eden Hazard. Is this the end?
I would like to say this is the end for Eden Hazard. Talking about Ancelotti. Ancelotti is actually a coach that can reawaken any player in the world. He is, I think, there's a particular autobiography of Ancelotti, which the title is The Silent Leadership or something like that. That is the type of person he is. He is a very patient coach. He knows how to get the best out of players. So I can't say this is the end for Eden Hazard. But when you look at the players we are talking about, these are young, talented players. We're talking of Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo. It's going to be a little bit hard, but let's pause, ask ourselves one question. When it comes to the experience, Hazard will always hedge them in that part. So I think the best for Ancelotti is to work his magic, get the best out of Hazard at the moment, get him fit, and I'm sure that will be the best situation for Real Madrid.
That's
Real
an
Madrid.
tax.
Shay, I think
It's an equivalent tax.
No. The point is, if you look at the Real Madrid we are talking about, they have aging players in the likes of Modric, Kroos, and we know that these players don't have more than they want. Hazard, yes, but if you look at the others are well over 30. Well over 30.
How old is
so
Hazard
I still
now?
think Hazard is around 30, 31.
So he's old too. His own. See,
the problem with Hazard, I feel is keeping Hazard.
He's keeping fit. He's keeping Hazard fit. That's
the problem. And he has been at Madrid for like 3 years.
Let me just chip in something on this.
Yeah.
One thing I just know is this: it is very hard for a player at that age, when you get to that age, 29, 30, for you to drop significantly like this due to either injury or form or something, and for you to pick this thing back. I don't think Hazard is. And again, when you look at Hazard as a person himself, does he even have that kind of mentality to get himself back to that kind of level? You remember when Mourinho was at Chelsea doing his second stint, when he compared Hazard with them Ronaldo and what do you call it, Messi. And Messi. Hazard was not up to the challenge. He's not the kind of guy like that. And for him to have suffered this deep in form
for a very long time.
For a long time.
This deep in form is not 1 year.
It's not 1 year, exactly. I don't think he has that kind of mindset to get himself back. And I don't even think we've seen enough players get to that age 30, getting this deep in form. And
honestly,
he should just focus on the ones he has. And if Hazard,
honestly, Olale, you talking about it now just makes me think back to it. Fernando Torres had that kind of thing. He never came back.
It will not.
Shevchenko, and these are one of the best players in the world. Shevchenko could not come back. At that age, it's always very difficult. I agree with you.
If you can't sustain, at that age.
Even Ronaldinho Gaucho, at that level, his level dropped at that age. Gaucho could not come back. He had to go to Brazil.
Yeah, it's not easy. If you drop at that age, it's just end of it. Shevchenko tried a lot. Torres put in a lot of effort, but
it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. That's what the point. And of course, Shei's second team, Atletico Madrid, defeated Real Betis 3-0. And in Italy, what's happening to Mr. Mourinho? Lost again at Rome.
No, at home.
At home.
Yeah, to
2-1 against
Stefano Pioli.
Stefano Pioli, AC Milan. 2-1. It's getting worse and worse and worse for Mourinho.
They got to go back.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. That's what it did.
El Shawari.
Ended for AC Milan. We know we've discussed this before, but do you think a preparation was made for Ronaldo to fail, for Mourinho to fail by selling Dzeko? Because it's going well. Jeko, for all you know, is a good footballer. Is a good goal poacher. He could have helped this team, but selling him to Inter Milan for less than £3 million or £2 million, I don't even see the sense in that. And no regular replacement for him except for Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham is a capable replacement.
Yeah, and Tammy Abraham, for all we know he has a questionable ability. Yeah, and I know the Italian league is not the most competitive league right now in the world. I have to be truthful about that. But that being said, was Mourinho being prepared for failure with this squad, or Mourinho's instruction is not getting across to the players?
Well, first of all, let's just quickly address the Dzeko issue. I want to believe that two things make Dzeko to leave: ambition, and the fact that was a transfer of necessity. Lukaku leaving Inter Milan and going to Chelsea created a void at Inter. I mean, and when you look at I guess Dzeko must have looked at the type of players at Inter, and he compared it with the type of players he was already playing with. Maybe he saw more ambition in the Inter team. I mean, when you have Lautaro Martinez, when you have some other key players in that team.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I guess he must have decided, okay, I want to work with this coach. He seems to be ambitious. I probably don't want to stay with my present coach. I want to move on and do something better in my life. That's why he moved. Now, when you look at the Roma team, when you look at it critically, well, I stand to be corrected, but Mourinho is past his prime as a technically and tactically gifted coach. He was, but right now, in the last couple of years, with what I've seen him do at the clubs he's been to, when you talk about being technically up there or tactically sound, it doesn't really have it. So all he banks on right now is his, I don't want to call it bullying ability, but his high man management ability, talking to the players, talking to the press, creating controversies. I look at the squad, I look at the Roma squad. Yes, apart from the captain, Pellegrini, I believe that's his name. He's a top player. When you look at the other players, Tam Abraham is no longer in the England setup. He's no longer.
No, it was. They've called him back. He's called. I think it's called.
Yeah, when I say it's no longer, you can't call him as a top.
No, definitely.
Three strikers.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Jim Vardy, you have Kane, you have some others. And so when you look at
Yeah, so we lost Malayika for 1 second there. Olale, are you with me? Okay. So basically, Mourinho,
they have that winning mentality.
Yeah, like Olale said, is not in his right element right now, and
he's no longer.
He's no longer in his right element. And of course, Inter Milan defeated Udinese 2-0. Juventus were defeated again away from home against Alos Verona 2-1. I think someone needs to call Cristiano Ronaldo back. Olale, was Ronaldo's move to Manchester United a loan or a transfer? Maybe Juventus need to call him back because Juventus cannot even score. They can't score right now.
I think there are bigger issues with that team than I think when I heard. Yeah, exactly. Like Jojo Chelini was saying about, I think it was a bit disrespectful. I think my own submission about the whole Ronaldo Juventus thing was, I think there were a couple of guys in that dressing room that Ronaldo rubbed the wrong way, who couldn't wait for him to leave, and probably just made him a scapegoat for. He won 2 league titles there. He was the highest goal scorer. Yes, probably is the way he plays might not be probably helped some other players, but to have probably labeled him single-handedly for the predicament for their failure, it's a bit lazy.
And right now they are languishing at the 7th position.
Exactly,
they can't score,
which means they can't score, they can't
Ronaldo
defend.
was not the problem.
It was never the problem. That's just the old summit. Like I said, it was more of somebody robbing. You know, somebody like Ronaldo is a big personality guy. There is no way people don't like we don't like people like that. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
People.
All right.
That's just the truth.
All right, perfect. So we have about 5 minutes left right now. So I'm just going to go through the Champions League preview. You guys should just tell me who you think is going to win. Sheyi, I'm going to start with you again.
Debo, please. I think Debo, before you do that, please kindly note our predictions and let's see how we perform by next week.
Okay. I'll do that. Sheyi doesn't want to answer. I think Sheyi is frozen right now. So I wanted to.
Can I do one-on-one with?
Olaiga?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
So that you look at our scores.
Okay.
By
perfect.
Next week.
All right. That's wonderful. So Olale.
Sheyi is back.
Sheyi is back. Okay. Great. Sheyi, Wolfsburg versus Salzburg. Who do you think is going to win? I want to know now.
You don't have to do this again.
That's why I wanted to start with you. So tell me, is it going to be Wolves or is it going to be Salzburg?
Okay, I think 2 weeks ago, Wolves were away to Salzburg. This time around, they're home. So I think I'm sticking with my prediction, Wolves to win.
Wolves. Okay, all right, perfect. Yes. Olale, Malmo versus Chelsea. This is pretty simple anyways.
5-0 Chelsea.
5-0 Chelsea. Okay, so Olale is saying Chelsea. And of course, Olaika, Dynamo Kiev versus Barcelona. Away from home. So Kiev is going to be at home. Kiev to win. Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect.
The weather will work against Barcelona.
Okay. Sheyi, Benfica versus Bayern Munich. Bayern at the Allianz Arena this time around. 4-0 he ended the first leg. So
whitewash, please. Probably 5 this time around.
All right. Perfect. Olale, Atalanta versus Manchester United. United away from home.
Why this one? Atlanta United 2-2.
2-2. Okay, so Olale is calling a draw. Olayinka, Villarreal versus Young Boys.
Villarreal to win.
Villarreal to win. Okay. Sheyi, Sevilla versus Lille. Sevilla versus Lille. Nearly we ended last time.
Yeah, Sevilla at home.
Yeah, Sevilla at home.
Sevilla to win.
Sevilla to win. Sheyi says Sevilla to win. Juventus versus Zenit St. Petersburg. Olale.
1-0 Juventus.
Juventus to win 1-0. And of course, Olayinka, Milan versus Porto. Milan lost away to Porto. 1-0 in the first leg. Your prediction for this one?
Milan, they're on a revenge mission. They're bottom of the group.
Yeah.
They're at the bottom. They're going to win this one.
All right, perfect. And of course, Real Madrid versus Shakhtar. Sheyi, I'm giving you the easy ones. 5-0 we ended in the first leg. Your prediction for this one?
This is actually not so easy.
At the Santiago Bernabeu, forget out loud, Sheyi. Santiago Bernabeu.
Well, I think Real Madrid is going to just pick them to this. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Real Madrid to win.
I don't want to give Olale a simple one, so I'm going to go for Liverpool, Atletico Madrid for Olale.
Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. So Olale is calling a video for Liverpool yet again. City versus Club Brugge. Olayinka.
City. by minimum of 3 goals.
By minimum of 3 goals, definitely City. Okay, Real RB Leipzig versus PSG. Sheyi.
PSG to hedge it.
PSG to hedge it. Messi was withdrawn after 46 minutes in their last match against.
They are trying to preserve him for this game.
Okay, or he was not playing well. Okay. Olale, Sherry versus Inter Milan.
Sherry versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan to edges. Let me say they are going to score 2 goals.
2 goals, Inter Milan. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I think 2-0.
All right,
2-0.
perfect. Olayinka, Dortmund versus Ajax. I know you got this one wrong last week, 2 weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure you're going to get it wrong again. But I'm still going to come back. Dortmund versus Ajax.
Ajax are playing great football, but away from home, I see Dortmund nicking it. Dortmund to win.
Okay.
Haaland is not available. Haaland is not available.
Haaland is not available. Oh wow! So I have to go.
You better change your mind.
I have to go and tweak my fantasy football league now.
But Ajax from away from home, they are never fantastic. But at home they play out of this world soccer.
So
okay.
I'll still go for Dortmund.
Yeah, okay. Sheyi, I know we predicted this. You predicted this wrong again 2 weeks ago. Sporting Lisbon versus Betis. Now Sporting is at home right now for this one.
Yeah, this time around.
But she is having some easy fixtures now.
they
Lisbon will win.
They seem easy.
So Sheyi, are you saying the Sporting Lisbon win?
I think it's going to be a Lisbon win, or worst case scenario, a draw.
No, you have to choose one. A Lisbon win or a draw?
A draw.
A draw. Okay, so she is saying a draw. All right, perfect. I don't have any opinion, but just to make it more analyzing, whoever wins this round is going to get a gift card personally from me. Personally, whoever wins is going to get a gift card from me.
If I should win, you people should just send me a Boston Celtics jersey. That's all.
All right,
perfect. Garnet jersey.
Perfect.
I'm sure I'm going to win.
Don't worry. You got that from me. That's the wrap, and that's the show for Moss. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Ensure you listen to our podcast. Make your predictions. You can put it on our social media handles. You could be winning yourself for something like Olayinka or Sheyi are going to be winning themselves something on this show next week. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful week ahead. Bye, guys.